back for the next roundtable that we've called KISS, Keep It Simple Scale. And I'm going to ask the moderator of that roundtable, that is Valerio Martelli, with VP Partnerships of PrestaShop. Thank you all. Good morning. I'm delighted to be with you again in real life. To talk about something that is dear to my heart, that is to know how we can help our merchants to focus on their business. And today I'm delighted to talk about this subject with great speakers. Please, a round of applause for Elisabeth Colléon, CRO at Conto. Florian Caille, investment analyst at Silva. Good morning. Please take a seat. Thank you for being here. I wanted to have that pun kiss, keep it simple scale. There's an acknowledgement that we've shared together, is that today it's more difficult than 10 years ago to be able to sell in e-commerce. You've got to be an expert. But in parallel with that, there are solutions that have been created that can support our merchants, and especially to open a bank account, for example, with Conto, or in the financing of marketing campaigns with Silva. Those are French solutions, but international, that aim at helping all of our merchants from the smallest to the biggest, going through SMEs in a market that is growing. Some figures, the e-commerce market, that's more than 800 billion euros in 2020. There are 37 new buyers that have started buying online since the pandemic. So we are facing new changes. So retail's got to adapt to this phase. What are the priority assets to start and speed up your growth in 2021? It is about to start. Well, there's no secret. Title of this panel, that's digital tools. Considering the audience, there are few of you've got spare time. Everybody needs to gain time, and that's the second acknowledgement that we can all share in the room and also remotely. It's the fact that we don't like to fulfill administrative tasks. We want to focus on our customers, how to serve them better, and digital tools are what makes it possible in this environment that is not easy. So that's our mission at Conto. The fact that it's possible to open an account within 15 minutes, even create a company and have the certificate within 72 hours. So it's something that, especially in this environment, is great. It means you don't have to make an appointment or wait to ask questions. We all have that need to gain time, to save time, and that's something that can be done thanks to those digital tools. Yes, exactly. In reference to what Elisabeth just said with regard to saving time, it is something that comes up very often. I would say that to accelerate one's growth in 2021, there are operations that are easy to put in place, for example, to use the best experts networks to scale up your business, and with Conto, like Neobank, there are other aspects to be taken into account related to issues related to e-commerce, like distribution, logistics, online and offline marketing, how to find the right media agency, uh, what is the eShop management tool that I've got to choose, what is the PSP account that is the best fit for me, and also to have a financial partner over the long run that can finance your growth. Today, that support has got two main advantages. Obviously, you benefit from expertise in complex subjects, and you gain time. We'll get back to it, but to gain time, it's crucial for merchants to be able to focus on their business, to try and understand how to scale one's activity. Um, Obviously, I talk about financing because it's what you know, is the most important to me. But you know, somebody who wants to finance its his business, you've got, you know, on the one hand, a loan, or to raise funds on the other hand. And those two options can be a bit complex and a bit difficult to organize, and it is time consuming. So the idea at Silver is that we propose to finance their expenditure, but in an automated manner, with some kind of automatic pilot. And the time they save, they can devote to how to scale their business. So time saving is crucial. It concerns our merchant base. PrestaShop, that's mainly small companies that just start with 2 or 3 employees. So, you know, that gain of time, it's converted directly into business. And this is what is interesting to see how today those SMEs or very small companies can, thanks to solutions like yours, uh, be as competitive in comparison with e-commerce giants. You know, the market has grown a lot. You always have the top 10 who take most of the volume, but how can a small merchant accelerate his business? I've got an answer in mind. Today, what we have been observing for a number of years is that transition from a global brand logic to transition towards community-based logic, where you see merchants who've got a consumer approach that is more pragmatic. There are brands that are more engaged with consumers and closer to them. And there's a card to be played by those users to say that their strength is that capacity to customize their offer, customize their products. And basically, there are two levers they can use to do that. It's the creation of a quality product and the creation of a brand image. The creation of the quality product, it makes sense. The idea is to you know, use you know, a high quality product to go and attract customers. There are many merchants that try to internationalize know-how to not only develop a higher quality product, but also develop a single product, a unique product to you know, make customers loyal. And the second point, the creation of a brand image, is very important because it allows for one thing, that is to have a vision and strong values, and that's fantastic because it means you can, you know, engage a community around those values. And maybe it's at this stage that your customers stop being your customers but become fans of your brand. You know, there's the cult of the brand, and that's when, you know, the brand is no more identified on the basis of its products, but on the values that it is the vector of. So and basically the product range can be extended then, and that's very important. And a lot of brands start working on that, is the creation of a strong brand image. In relation to what Florian said, I would say that first, yeah, when we talk about growth, I think the main challenge is to lose that relationship with customers. So it's related to this idea of community as something that we face even at Conto today. As we've grown a lot in the last years, there are 450 employees at Conto now, and it's a battle against big companies to know how every person first thinks about customers. It's an advantage for SMEs, but even in big companies, people have got to keep in mind how to keep that vision of customers, to have a strong brand image and that aspect of community. And the second thing that I see in digital tools is that, well, I think that the advantage for SMEs is the fact that, and that's in relation to the first point, you know, you can go fast to change tools. You don't have that challenge anymore to know who manages for cards or expenses. Um, Small companies either, you know, you're one of the leaders of the company who can have an influence, or you're an employee. It's easy to start with tools. Yeah, I think it is telling. There are things that you said that are quite interesting in terms of performance and time gains. With Conto, a merchant may gain 2 hours a week. Yes, 2 hours a week. So it means a day per month. All of that time, you know, taking photographs of your receipts to find digital receipts to be sent, etc. So that uh, that adds up, and finally we realized in a study that it meant it represented 2 hours a week. It's fantastic for a small merchant to have so much time liberated, released, and to have that assistance from Conto. And in the same way with Silva, talked about two-digit growth rates. Yes, what we are observing today is that on average, after 2 months after first financing by Silva, merchants have got a growth rate of 64%. What we propose today is to finance acquisitions, merchants in 24 hours. You know, we meet you in the morning, you know, the same day you're financed. Try and do that with your banker. Try and ask for, you know, the financing of an acquisition campaign. It will be more than 24 hours, I can tell you that. Yeah, which makes me think that today your two solutions need that all our merchants have in France or Italy or Spain or elsewhere. And you're present in Italy and Spain? Yes, we are present in Spain, Italy, Germany, and France. And for Silva, we will open in Europe as soon as January 2022. That's in relation to another question I had. Today you meet a need that is very important of our merchants. I, and those are your customers, and they, I guess, ask you more and more questions about what you're going to develop for what is to follow up. So you're a pioneer in a segment that is skyrocketing, and you are collecting requests from your customers to go further. Question is a bit broader. It is in a post-pandemic world, with the customers' expectations and the logistical and technical challenges to come. Uh, what is in your roadmap at Conto and Silva? I'll start. Do we have in our roadmap? Um, to get back to our model, we finance merchants to finance them within 24 hours. We collect data about their business, and that is going to allow us to say without that a merchant has got potential for scaling. So we collect data that we process, and we try to categorize them by performance classes. So why this merchant works so well, who are his partners, etc. And we are developing a product that's called Silver Analytics that will make it possible in the form of dashboard to the merchant to visualize in at a glance all it is ad expenditure. That's a strong amount. And we've got the answer to another question is how as an merchant I am in comparison with my competitors in this segment. And so we will offer them the possibility of comparing their metrics and to put in light what they can improve to help them. And we're going to put them in relation with our network of experts to do that. Was a rather long answer. Yes, we also feel in our customers this need to visualize data, and when you've got a database, that's something that we share also with you. And it's something that people like in our product, but we want to go further to help our customers to visualize all of the data, all of their financial data to help them make better decisions. And the two other points that I share with you, that's to go further in the management of expenditure to not only make them gain time, but in teams, there are different workflows, and it's necessary to give autonomy to teams, but also to keep some degree of control. So we're going to go further in this field, and we'll continue at Conto. We have already a lot of partners to facilitate accounting. More than 8 integrations, and we want to meet all of our customers' needs to have integrations with all partners to go further. And you also asked a question about the future that we have more or less skipped, but maybe we can conclude with this. Yeah, I was going to come back to it. Today you've got solutions to support customers. Tomorrow in your roadmap there's more and more data. And tomorrow to broader extent, how do you see the future in a broader way? Well, I can start if you will. Well, 2 points maybe. It's first of all that um, e-commerce, it's clear, and the latest studies show that in the last 18 months It went from 9% of SMEs who had business online that reached 20%. That's a huge leap, a giant leap. So obviously we've got to meet those increasing needs, and it's going to continue. There will be more and more online competition, but it's true that there are true habits that have been taken in terms of online purchasing. So we note that even if people like to meet face to face, they want to have the choice to do things online also. And what is rather positive is true that we always pay attention to companies that suffer, um, and we've got to continue helping them. But at the same time, what we see, which is rather positive in the latest surveys, is that uh, especially in the latest BPI study, the working capital requirement aspect has made some improvements, so people are more optimistic, and that's very important because when you are pessimistic, when you know what the impact it may have on economy, so we want to encourage this optimism. And today um, we can be optimistic because that trend of e-commerce, of online sales, that's something that is sustainable. Competition is going to intensify, so there will be issues of differentiation for merchants, and those issues will concern something that is crucial to develop, that is to put the satisfaction of customers at the core of people's concerns. And there's something that is being done today is to create a strong customer experience in an online shop, as it can be the case in a physical shop. So it's something we're going to develop that is going to intensify in online shops. And there will be shops with a strong experience, and we'll have to communicate about them. And there will be an interest in looking for new channels of communication that will speak to a younger generation, like the Z generation, using TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat, for example, to target this younger population who will be tomorrow's customers. We started with data. Your roadmap today, they are subjects of interconnectivity, omni-channel approach. We have that also at PrestaShop. We started e-commerce in 2007, 2008. It's another time. Conto was founded in 2017. Silva is more recent. Yeah, it's been a year and a half. So we can see that there's an evolution. Things are changing, and there are new merchants who started their business and who've got particular needs. Maybe a quick anecdote about the subject, because you're in case of customers who've got particular needs. We were talking about it with Florian. Do you have an anecdote about a customer that you'd like to share with us? Yes. Yeah, today we support more than 70 merchants, so we've got anecdotes about them. There's one that is more personal. Today we analyze very quickly the activity of a business to propose to it financing, and also we order our customers' products to know them. And recently I financed a lot of merchants on in pet food, for example. So I don't have a pet, but I've got a stock of you know pet food. That is useless to me, but it made it possible for me to test the quality of the product. Yeah, another example of online sales. Elizabeth, we're talking about Conto that was created in 2017. There's 450 of you. We've got a headcount of 450 now. What is the key of your success, or maybe what are the challenges that you have undergone? Yeah, we are extremely lucky to have that hyper growth. And when you asked me this question this morning, when you and basically uh, this PrestaShop Day has become important. I joined Conto 2 years ago, before the COVID crisis. We were when I joined them, there were 20 of us, and there was a COVID, and so things moved very quickly, and well, it was very important to serve our customers, but also to check that all the team was well during that time. It was a big challenge. Had to work from my sitting room with my 3 children around, but I'm very grateful today to customers who've supported Conto, and to the team, and the challenge of continuing to develop a team during that period, where it was a mix of face-to-face and teleworking. You know, we entered into partnerships without meeting people, so it's great to see people again today. We still work remotely, but it's fantastic to meet again physically. I can confirm that Conto and Silva have been partners of PrestaShop for yeah. We met on a screen, and it's great to meet you physically for the first time. For all questions, because there were many of you who asked questions. Go and visit them on their stands. They are the PrestaShop Day, both of them, Conto and Silva. Our roundtable will stop here, but the PrestaShop Day continues. Go and visit them. Thank you very much. A round of applause for Florian and Elisabeth. Cool.